Okay, and today in headlines that make no sense, this says that Meghan Markle is set for first return to acting in 8 years. I thought that she had never left acting. She has been acting for these 8 years with a role in comedy movie. Yeah, that has been pretty funny, not gonna lie. The story of the Montecito Moron. So, and she will play herself. That is, I have to zoom in on that word because she will play herself. I am confused because I don't know which version of herself is she going to play. She's going to play her the Tig herself, or her uh, Harry's girlfriend herself, or her taking down the monarchy herself, or her influencer era herself, or her supporting women and girls herself and not doing that, or her dishwasher soap herself. There's so many Megans we have to pick up from. I'm a bit confused about that. Meghan and movie. Meghan and movie. Nice, nice wordplay. Meghan Markle makes shock return to acting in huge film. That is not a huge film. I'm gonna tell you why. With Lily Collins and Brie Larson. Lily Collins, I don't know if she has fried her career, but Brie Larson pretty much has. So it's gonna that's a bad thing because I think Brie Larson is a good actress. But you know that her politics have not been that appropriate. Maybe she can make a comeback to acting and she can make things right, because that is she's a great talent. 8 years after quitting Hollywood, and blockbuster film. I don't think this is gonna be a blockbuster film. I have my doubts. Brie Larson, Lily Collins, Jack Quaid, and Henry Golden to star in Close Personal Friends. And there are a couple of things that I want to say about this. Well, not only that Meghan coming back to acting, but if Meghan was coming back to acting, I'm going to make a reference. Maybe you don't know about this movie, JCVD. If Meghan came back to acting, she should do something like JCVD, which was essentially Jean-Claude Van Damme starring in this movie that was a literal parody of himself. He was essentially playing himself, but a parody version of himself. It was a very self-aware movie, and it got a lot of praise. It was, after all those years of thinking that he was the cherry on top of the cake, and that did not work out well in his mid-career, and that was spiraling down when, that Hollywood was tired of the macho energy in movies, and it didn't turn out that well for him. Then he made this, and was a great example. How can you turn the tables and, okay, yeah, I'm very self-aware of what happened, and he made a great comeback with this movie. No, Meghan is never going to do that, because we know how fragile is Meghan's ego. But she's never going to go around or near anything that is in the least self-deprecating. She's not going to do it. But just in case, to be clear, Meghan will reportedly play herself in the film Close Personal Friends, which follows two couples where one is famous and the other is not. Even if my guess is that Meghan is not going to be one of the main cast. The main cast is, we have two couples. We have already two couples in here. She has played the role of two couples who are famous and two couples who are not for a long time already. So I think that if she was part of the main cast, she would be ideal for the role. She just have to play herself. Maybe not in a self-deprecating way, which she wouldn't tolerate, but that would nail the role. Now, some eagle-eyed rogues like the winking minx have said that definitely not listed in the cast of Close Personal Friends on IMDb, the Internet Movie Database. This role must be very, very super secret indeed. No, not here. Jack Quaid, Brie Larson, Patty Harrison, Lily Collins. I think that Brie Larson and Lily Collins can do great things here. I don't know who else, and I don't know any of these people. And most important, I checked who was the director to be of this project. Jason Orley. She's got a very, very limited experience as a director. So I don't think that this is gonna be a big blockbuster. Maybe, sometimes you have a great script. You have a emerging director. He does great stuff. He makes a great movie, and the movie is a runaway success. That is a possibility that sometimes has happened. Not as of late, and as of late I mean in the past 10 years. But there's always a possibility. There's always a possibility. But if you're having Meghan on that movie, you already know that the people are going to talk about the movie just because the Duchess of Sausages is in there. So it's like a catch-22 situation. You want people talking about your movie, that would be nice. I forgot to light out, just realizing I forgot to turn on that light. People will be talking about your movie, but not about your movie, but about Meghan. Is that what you want? I remember when Steven Spielberg did Jurassic Park, one of my favorite movies in history, and he picked the casting was intended to not get in the way of the narrative. Okay, it's not exactly that Sam Neill is an unknown actor, and also the actress, I forgot the name of the actress. Oh my god, I remember was Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, and Laura Dern. Laura Dern and Sam Neill were not unknowns, of course, but he didn't want people who were too known, so they wouldn't get in the way of the characters and the way of the plot itself. This is how much more you can get in the way with all the scandals. That would be like, I don't know, at this point, casting Amber Heard. I know that we need to, have a bit of a distance in here, this comparison, but it will be the same because at this point, Amber Heard hasn't been involved in many projects since, the scandal. So she would have to put in the work on more projects to leave the scandal behind. But Meghan is a walking, embodied scandal, breathing, living organism, which is the sign from birth for scandals, it seems. So I don't know how could this work. It would be a bit difficult indeed. But again, this I think that she wants to try everything. And again, I'm going to reach out to Meghan as a friend. Meghan, you have to make the reality show. You have to go for the reality show, Meghan. That's Meet the Harkles. I almost made. I could make a trailer right now. Not that we have AI, but I don't like to use AI. That is AI slop everywhere. But Meet the Harkles will be awesome. Just a unscripted reality show in Montecito, and that would be golden. But let me know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. Much love and bliss.